Helen here with Eyes on the Game. I'm here once again being joined by former WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker. I feel like I see you at least every other week or so, right?
You've been coming in and sort of getting to know us and finding out what's happening. So it's we appreciate the support and love.
Thank you so much. Well, first off, I did stop by to talk to you in the beginning of your camp in preparation for Alexander Flores, December 15th. Now you're towards the tail end of the camp, about to leave soon to go back home, you know, get ready for the fight. So how has all that been?
This is our 8th week here in camp. I feel like in the beginning, we're just starting off camp and, not in bad shape, not in great shape, but all right shape. I feel like now I'm in great shape. I feel, we've put in the hard work, the hard yards, and we've improved in many ways. Fitness, strength, power, tactics, skills. So I feel like everything is where it should be at the moment. And once we get back down to New Zealand and start tapering off, I feel everything will be a lot more. Everything will be a lot better.
And now with the fight approaching very quickly around the corner, do you feel that the pressure is, getting more or kind of getting more relieved?
No, I feel, if you do everything right in camp and if you do everything right leading up to the fight, there's no pressure. So, going into the fight, he's a person who's not really known, but I'm prepared for what he brings. And I know we've done the hard yards, so my mind is clear, focused, and it's just on a job.
Now, what intrigued you the most about accepting a fight like this with Flores?
What intrigued me?
Yeah.
After the 2 losses, we sat down as a team and discussed which fight will make sense to come back to. And I feel like his name and many other names were sort of thrown in the mix. And as a team, we discussed that he's the best option, and also other people weren't willing to come fight us, or other people were busy or already locked into other fights. So for us, he was the best option, and we feel with a good win over him, we can shoot back to the top quick.
Now, he was just in here for his media day, and he seemed very confident. His past few fights, they have not gone outside the second round, and he did say that he doesn't see your fight going the distance, and he sees you being stopped or not being able to come off of the stool. So what are your thoughts on his comment?
Listen, it's good. It shows confidence. It shows that he's ready to fight, and a confident fighter, and a fighter who's going to come in with everything he wants to give is a dangerous fighter. But I feel one thing is you can say one thing, and it's different doing it, or it's different showing it. So we've been preparing well. We've had a lot of sparring rounds, and I feel, he doesn't have the experience that I have. Even though he's a good fighter and he's had good wins, I think, it'll be good if he can walk the talk.
Now, you've gone the distance before, but he hasn't, and he says that, it looks like you get tired around the 5th or 6th round. So do you agree with him? What are your thoughts on his comments about that?
Yeah, he obviously hasn't seen us fight a lot because we've been 12 rounds and maybe 6 or 7 times. So our stamina is always good. We have no problems with going the rounds, and so he hasn't been tested in that area. So it's for him to say that I look tired and not really don't really have good fitness is inaccurate, and maybe he should just do a bit more study. Yeah. Do
you think you'll be surprising him in the fight?
Yeah, listen, if he thinks that I'm going to get tired in the 5th or 6th round, then obviously he's wrong. And maybe if he tries to attack, then he'll walk into a big punch that'll stop him. So he can come with whatever he has planned, but I think, I know that we're ready for whatever he brings. And I'll counter with what we have.
And he says that you like to use your jabs a lot.
Oh, yeah, the jabs, the jab's a very important weapon in the fight game. It sets up everything else, but it's also I got a good jab. It hasn't been working the best recently, but it's coming back.
Now, and I mean, like I said, a lot of people are looking forward to maybe some of your changes. This fight, you did tell me last time you're making a couple changes. Are you allowed to kind of talk about them?
Oh, with the fight?
Yeah.
No, there's going to be a lot more. Not so much. No, there's going to be good. Fast punches, but a lot more power, and going to sit down and actually try and hurt someone real bad. That's what we've been practicing to do. So I think if we practice it, and I think we've been seeing it, we're actually going to do it.
And what about him sparring guys like Dominic Brazil and a few others who's been kind of helping you as far as sparring?
Kev always does his research with guys that we think will give good work and guys who we think will sort of implement how the fighter that we're fighting is going to be. So I think we've had a few guys here that we feel is giving great work, and we think it's giving us good, busy rounds.
Now, Flores has also said that even though you are younger than him, but you've been in the boxing world, you've achieved the best, you've been champion, and that maybe that everybody has seen the best of Joseph Parker. Do you agree with that, or what do you think?
I definitely don't agree. Yeah. I'm 26, and you haven't even seen the best out of me yet. I think it's been great to be able to achieve what we have, and it's a blessing. We've been champion of the world and fought for the unification belt, but I think there's a lot more to come.
Now, would you say that going into this fight that maybe there's a bit of a chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. I feel like there's something for us to prove that we belong at the top level. So Flores is in our way. I have to get him out of the way, and then head back to
maybe
the top.
A rematch, right, with White that we discussed.
I think the most important thing for us to do is focus on this fight, and then if we achieve what we want to achieve in this fight, the doors are open to many other fights, but we've got to focus on this guy.
Now, lastly, I know on your way to get to New Zealand, you're making a stop, the Wilder Fury fight. I know you won't make a prediction since you're friends with both of them and you don't want to make them mad, but for the winner, do you think that they will fight Anthony Joshua?
I think, obviously if Fury wins, I think there's a rematch clause. But if Wilder wins, I'm sure they can make the fight happen. And I think if they make it happen, finally we'll see who the best really is.
Yeah, and you say finally, which leads me to ask, do you think that Joshua has been kind of running from the Wilder situation?
To be honest, I wouldn't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen in the background and a lot of things that go this way, go that way. But if they can make the fight happen soon, it'll be good for everyone and boxing.